Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome to Inside the Mind of a Speedrunner, episode number 7, where today we're going to be covering Toten with the world record holder Bic, who currently holds a time of 26 minutes and 28 seconds. If you guys wouldn't mind checking out Bic, all his links will be down below, including his world record run if you want to watch the raw thing in its entirety with all of his reactions, also his YouTube channel and his Twitch, where he's currently going for a better time to beat his record right now. So he's going for a sub 26, so it'll definitely be really cool if you guys are actually able to be there and all that stuff. And his Twitter will also be linked down below as well, so make sure you guys go and show him some love. And without further ado, let's get right into the run. Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mind of a Speedrunner. Sorry I haven't really made these too often, but today we have the privilege of joining Bic, who is currently the world record holder for Toten with an insane time. And I'm blown away at how many times this has changed and just drastically dropped in time. So how are you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so why do you pick the Gallo right off the bat? Is there a certain reason for that?
It's more of a personal preference thing. I don't want to say my aim is bad per se, but it's more consistent in my opinion. I think the M16 can be better, especially at longer ranges with some of the longer hallways. But the Gallo, for me, is just way more consistent because I can consistently one-shot zombies all the time.
Yeah, so one of the huge, really important things is basically you're speed running to round 10 essentially to get that part from the Kresny sold that, right? So you're just trying to go through rounds as fast as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Round 1 through 4 or 1 through 3 you stay in here, and as soon as round 3 ends you leave. The reason for that is because of spawns, and if you're running mid-round to go to power, which is the next objective essentially, you lose a lot of time. So staying here until round 3 is the most optimal.
Okay, so how long did it take you to learn all these spawns perfectly? Because it seems like you're essentially waiting at the spawn for them to spawn out.
So there was an old strat, but this is the new strat that surfaced. I'm not sure exactly who brought it up, but it was, I want to say maybe a day, but that's just because I've already learned the apartments. But the other apartment strat, which is very similar, took me a couple of days, I'd say.
Okay, so I noticed that before people used to go in the room in front of the safe room 305 or whatever, but now it's more of the hallway right when you zip line in. So is this just better for sightlines or something?
I think there's two things to it. I think sightlines has a little to do with it, but I also think the spawns are a little tighter. And as soon as the round ends, which you'll see right here, you're a lot closer to this door, therefore getting to the street sooner, which makes a huge difference in the spawns, because if your spawns are screwed on streets, you can lose at least 10 seconds, which is massive. Also, you see me check for speed goal there. That's just for consistency purposes, for getting the best possible boxes, the Tempest boxes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a bit of a time waste, but it's for consistency purposes.
Yeah, that makes sense, so you know already and you don't have to worry about it later on.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are the 3 best boxes that you want for the run for filling up the Tempest canisters?
So right now, I'm pretty sure it's PAP, sewers, which is the right outside the laboratories, and train. But there's also the jug box, which I got in this run actually, that's also pretty good. That's the 4th alternative that's decent. If you get no pack-a-punch and train with jug is really good because you can knock them both out almost simultaneously, back to back. So
Yep.
It's not a huge time loss, but in this run specifically, I got it and I still got a pretty good run off of it. So it's not the worst.
Okay, so I noticed on round 5 you went into the service passage. Do you intentionally open this up because you're gonna have to check for the numbers later on?
No,
or is it just faster spawns?
It's just faster spawns. There was an old strat where you went to the trainway actually. You could see the box that was there, but now you just have to get lucky with that box. But the reason you take the sewers, I think, is just mostly for the spawns and the sake of just getting to it faster, because it just way quicker. And you can see I Ring of Fire here, which speeds up the round a lot normally.
Yeah, well, you have more, you can deal more damage to zombies further away, which will most likely kill them. So at the end of round 6, you're going across, and you just don't care about the train because you can make it past, obviously, beforehand. But as you just checked for the box. So do you always go this way, like every single game?
Every single game, unless the route changes, of course, which usually other players like Kingman, Scotty, Kookie, all the big boys, you know, the big speedrunners, I get their strats from them a lot of the time. I don't make up these strats ever. Like, there may be a little minor thing I come with up by myself, but like basically everything you're seeing in this run is from the other speedrunners. Nothing is essentially mine. I just look at their runs, try and replicate it as best as I can, and maybe improve a little bit of time frames, like ending the rounds faster or just running somewhere quicker, just small stuff like that.
Yeah, that's usually how speedruns go. They evolve over time, and you use the best stuff from one person, and just it's like ends up being a culmination of everyone's amazing tactic into one.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole community, the speedrunning community, coming together to just make the best possible time. Sometimes there's a little bit of competition with, like, you know, if you're friends or something with one of the big speedrunners or something. It's really fun. But I think for the most part, it's just everyone's trying to help each other to get the time down to as low as possible.
Yeah. So what made you decide to speedrun Mauerder Toten?
This is actually my first speedrun.
Ever?
Yeah, ever. So
wow.
This map, how?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's just a lot of fun, you know. If you have the passion for it, you know, chase it, you know. That's what I gotta say. This map is definitely the best Cold War map by far. I wouldn't say the other maps are bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I think this map just has that little something special that the other maps are missing. And the speedrunning, I don't even know how it started, honestly. I was just like, hey, I want to speedrun this. So I did.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, that goes to show, like, if you want to do something, you can put your mind to it, and anyone can, you know, get a world record or do whatever they, you know. Yeah, cool.
I had like no views, literally never posted a YouTube video ever, nothing. And now I'm getting all these people recognizing me and everything just off of one little instance of me showing up. I mean, anything is possible. You just got to set your heart to it. You got to be dedicated, and you have to, you know, strive for it.
Yeah. So I noticed you went over here to dig for the satellite. Is that something that you just need to get the satellite, or do you keep digging intentionally? Because I knew before some people would save some dig spots just to get ammo, like in the boss fight. But has that since changed?
For me personally, I don't care about the ammo for the boss fight. Normally I'll have 2 Tempest boxes during the boss fight. We'll get to that later. But okay. As of right now, I dig more because I want to get Molotovs and grenades and C4, because those help so much on this round. It's unreal how much they help on this round. It just makes it so much faster, ridiculously faster. So that's the thought process behind it. Also, at the very start, if you've seen, I went to the left instead of the right and dug 3 specific spots. That's just for better odds of getting the satellite dish.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. So I just noticed you switched to Ether Shroud there after having Ring of Fire. Is that just to go faster, basically, with the Ether Shroud?
Essentially, yes, but I did it in this run. I actually did it a little bit late. I was supposed to do it after I Ring of Fired in the power room on round 7, but I forgot, actually. So I was supposed to already have it, like, good charge on it from that last round, and it was supposed to be more useful essentially, because I just essentially wasted a bunch of free charge on it, which is annoying. But yeah, you can teleport through walls sometimes with it, but saving you like seconds, which is, you know, really big for a speed run.
Yeah.
Or even just the movement speed alone, not even the teleport, just makes a massive difference.
Yeah, I know that definitely like drastically changed the times on Firebase C and Die Machine, because with Stamina Up as well, like, it's way faster, and then with Ether Shroud combining with that, you know, you just speed so fast. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Stamina tier 4, I think it is. I'm not exactly sure. It's one of the tiers. Makes it just stupid fast. It's crazy how fast it is. It's just not even close to being.
Yeah, it's like having the modifier in DO4 where it was like run forever and there's no cooldown or whatever.
Exactly. Also,
So
here you see the Panzer jump, by the way. He spawned really far back, and you want to trigger him to like jump further. I actually just learned this recently. I was watching Smart Guy stream. I'm not sure if he's the original founder, but that's the person I learned it from. And it saved me a good couple of seconds. So I got a Klaus at 820, which is usually pretty good for me.
yeah, so I noticed you don't have splits. You just kind of memorize like what you need to do time wise, like, or what you should be doing or where you're at.
Yeah, I've run this map quite a bit now over the past week, so in my head, I kind of have an idea at least of what my average is. It might not be completely accurate, but it's an idea. So honestly, I'm just too lazy to put splits. It would be helpful, but I'm just too lazy for that.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying splitting like while you're speedrunning.
Yeah.
So obviously you just called in Klaus, and this is really like the most impressive thing that I've noticed from watching runs is where you literally have to do like everything and you have to do it super quick and precise. So what can you tell me about this step in particular?
So this step at first, on the first like 3-ish days, this was so unbelievably inconsistent, but now we have it to the point where it's very consistent. When you first call him in, you just let him kill the entire wave. You might kill a couple zombies if there's just like bad spawns or something, but you let him kill the entire wave, and then immediately, as soon as you open that locker, you immediately start running. And the trick is to ping far away and not close. If you ping close to yourself, he will stop at that ping and then take an extra like 2 to 3 seconds. So the key is to ping far away. And if you do that, he'll keep up with you a lot of the time.
Okay, so you check the numbers, 2 in the bottom where you opened up earlier, and then obviously inside of the supermarket, and now you're getting more kills. Is there a specific number of kills that Klaus needs in order to be upgraded?
I believe it's 50, but usually I don't actually know the specific number for this, but in my head, I always kind of have a roundabout like, hey, finishes the entire first round, so next round he needs roughly 15 kills. I kind of keep that in my head. I don't know the exact number, but I'm pretty sure it's 50.
Okay, so I just saw you got him in and the lockdown starts, but obviously you're not there to protect him. Is there a reason for like it just won't take as much damage if you're far away?
Yes, so when you leave him and you're very far away from him, you can't be close to him. If you're close to him, zombies will kill him. But if you're far away, for whatever reason, all the zombies target you and not Klaus. But the trick is you do not want to end the round. Ending the round will kill him at the last like 10-ish seconds roughly, because they all spawn on him for whatever reason at the end of the round. I think running away from him despawns the zombies and then just respawns them on you. So just don't end the round. Killing the disciples also does not end the round. So that's why you see me here just hard focusing the disciples.
Yeah, because you're trying to get more points so that you can hack punch. Right?
Exactly.
And you're getting all the parts here for the like, I forget what it's called, the headband thing.
The hacking headgear.
Helm, I think,
yeah,
or something like that.
It's something like that.
Yeah, it's something weird. Anyways, so obviously you got lucky with the blazers. There's a specific way that will spawn every time, or you just have to get lucky with it?
So when you first acquire the wonder weapon, the Cerberus, your first variant that you get from killing a zombie is always this variant, every single time, regardless of anything. But I think the number of kills varies, but normally it's very, very small amount of kills. I've gotten unlucky once where it was like a ridiculous amount of kills, but for the majority of the part, it's very small, very, very small portion of kills.
That's kind of cool that Treyarch added that in. Kind of, I would say almost a nod to speedrunning, like, you're gonna need this quick, so let's give it to them first. That's cool. Yeah, it's always really interesting seeing like how Treyarch coded stuff when it comes to speedrunning, because like obviously you opened it up and you came in here and it went to the special round immediately, and you didn't even have to stay in here. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, you can just immediately turn around. Walking into the room, you have to specifically walk into the door. It'll immediately trigger that round, that special round, no matter what. And you can just walk away and go buy speed cola, because the only thing you're trying to do then is in the round, so you can grab those canisters. And so it just saves a big amount of time, because speed cola is, I don't want to say essential, but it helps a ton, because you can reload while sprinting and also shoot while sprinting, which just makes the run way smoother.
Yeah, so obviously you got Sewer here. You already killed the Tempest like super quick, so you're gonna go place this one first, right?
Yes, exactly. But I have to add something on this. For my canisters this game was the sewer one you just seen, the train in the subway, and also jug. So my thought process here was completely different than what it would be for like a God Box run. So I did the sewer runs here, right? And it was done. I took it back, but for this, you'll see me do something entirely different. I'll place the fuse, kill the Tempest. The train actually almost steals my kills here, almost, which would have been really bad. But
Yeah,
I didn't
saw that
pick up the
happen to someone
canister.
else.
Yeah, I didn't pick up the canister here, which is very important. I ran to the other one, finished this one. Since this one's further away, it's better to do another canister on the way. So you essentially are killing time. You're killing time essentially. It's just way more time efficient to do that.
Okay, that makes sense. So ideally, which box did you want instead of the jug one?
Instead of jug, I wanted the Pack-a-Punch one. That's those three are by far the closest, but out of the rest that you could get, which is Quick Revive, Speed Cola, Alleyway, and Jug, I would much rather have Jug, because Jug is a lot closer than the rest of those. And like I said before, it's for consistency of running to train and then immediately running to Jug and doing both at the same time. So it's not that big of a time loss, but it is.
Okay, so I noticed you picked up another end station lure there, and you're gonna use that for ammo eventually, right?
Yeah, exactly, for the boss fight.
Okay, so you just get it then.
Yeah, I grab it because they don't respawn after you use your initial 3 in solo. At least you have 3 when you first unlock it. After you use those 3 in all 3 of the canisters, they're gone. But if you end round, it'll spawn another one. So what I did was grabbed another one because I had ended round, and I'll be ending the round again eventually on round to get to round 15, and then I'll grab another one during the boss fight.
Okay, yeah, I actually used the end station lure to unlock the new weapon because you have to kill Tempest like 2 seconds after they teleport or whatever.
Really?
So yeah, I had to do it like every round, get a new one. It was
Gotcha.
it was painful. So obviously you're adding the hacking helm to Klaus now, and then you're gonna call him in again because now he needs to stop the train, right?
Yes, exactly. And also something to add here is I want to not end the round, but this round is fairly new. So I'm trying to alleviate some of the zombies and try to kill as many to get close to ending the round, but not quite, because here in a little bit, I'm going to need to end the round. So if I start killing now while I can, while I'm commanding Klaus to go to the train, it'll help me save time.
Yeah, I noticed you just like called him in and he was like perfect. He went there like so quick and fast. Have you ever had issues where you like won't go where he needs to be right away?
Yeah, there's a bug. I'm not sure why it happens, but if during the what's it called? It's not the pests, it's the explodey guys. I never can think of their names.
Tormentors or something?
Yeah, during the tormentor round, whenever you go into the room, if he mantles up on top of the tank and then he runs out of fuel, it'll actually bug and he'll spawn up there again when you call him. And also to add on what you said, yes, sometimes the pathing can be a bit weird, but once you figure out like why he acts like that, you can kind of negate it by like essentially just slowly inching him towards it. Not slowly, but like pinging him just little bits at a time to specifically do something rather than just pinging somewhere and him taking some really weird path.
Yeah, so you called in the megaton thing and you ended the round right before as the laser was shining down. Was that intentional?
Yes, that was an entirely intentional. So for this part specifically, you need to call in the megaton and the 2 mimics. You need to split the megaton, and each split will drop you a uranium. And the uranium, you craft it, you use it, and then after you put it on the 2 zip lines, you need to do this a second time. But in order to do this the second time, you need to end the round sometime so you can recall in them.
So I noticed that you split the megaton but only killed one of them. Was that also intentional to get it closer to the build table?
Yes, exactly. So whenever you split the megaton, you're only supposed to kill one. Grab its uranium, run to the table to craft it, and then the other one will chase you. And therefore, just getting closer so you don't have to run all the way towards Pack-a-Punch again just to grab it. And see, it's right there next to the table.
Yeah, that's a huge time save.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah. So obviously, like, you didn't open the gates. I didn't even know you could place them on without opening up the gate itself. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's weird, like right here, watch, you'll see me not even jump up. I'll just place it right there and walk away.
Like underneath. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. You don't even have to jump up. You just place it right there and you're good to go. And on the other one, if you look to the left, more just like directly towards the rope, the beginning of the rope, you can just place it without buying the door.
That's cool. So obviously you picked it up here. Now you're going over here to start the next one, correct? Before you
Yes,
go.
exactly.
That's
So
really cool.
you start it, so they start spawning because they take a while to spawn. So you have enough time to run over here. And I don't see anybody else do this, but I dropped my first uranium right there and just hurry up and sprint. So it's like they spawn a little bit closer to the table, therefore saving me just seconds. It's not a massive difference, but in my opinion, I think it helps. And right there, you just see an Aether Shroud and I didn't teleport. That's the thing I don't like about Aether Shroud. It would have saved me quite a bit of time, but they do end up like landing very close to me. And here I swapped to Ring of Fire as well. So
For the
that
boss
way,
fight, right?
For the boss fight, yeah, exactly. And I really want to charge it because I did it a little bit late since I was trying to use that Aether Shroud as like good as possible to maximize my time.
Yeah, I mean, so this one's gonna be right literally at the table.
Yeah, this one is super close.
It's nice that you can get them to teleport down, because that, I remember that was something that a lot of people were like happy about when they found that out.
Yeah, it's super nice. It saves so much time. I don't think it would have been a crazy time loss if you had to go up because it's pretty close to the crafting table anyways. My old PB, actually, the one before this one, I actually bugged it out for the first one and they both spawned on the rooftop, both batches. So if you end the round on the very first time, you interact with the monitor. As soon as you interact with the monitor and then you end the round, they both, for whatever reason, both times spawn on the rooftops. It's very strange.
Okay, that's interesting. So you got the second one here, and you're gonna go down and oh, you're going up.
Yeah, I'm placing my second uranium right now, and then it's about boss fight time.
Yeah, so you have 17,000 points or whatever, so you obviously want to get 15,000 to pack a punch, correct?
Yes, 15,000 points is crucial here. I've had so many runs where I'm just barely sure, and I spent so much time just killing zombies because the zombie spawns during this part is really bad for whatever reason. So you really need those 15,000 points before you enter boss fight, because tier 2 pack-a-punch on the wonder weapon is essential for this. If you only have tier 1 pack-a-punch, it's so much slower. It's huge difference.
So I noticed you placed the other one in that you dropped before as well, like right away. It's kind of cool that you can just leave it there as well. But so now you have to go into the boss fight. And is it annoying? Like, are you sick of the quotes at all or anything like that?
Yeah, I want to say a couple of days I played on Japanese just because I was bored and I was like, oh my god, I'm tired of hearing this exact same quote. But for this specific part, I have subtitles on. As soon as she's done saying to complete his mission, you need to pop Ring of Fire, because as soon as you put her into her immune phase, your Ring of Fire will go away. And on this specific stage, she will spawn a ton of zombies, and it's almost just perfect to fill up your ring again. So essentially, you'll have ring again for the next phase.
Okay, so you pop it preemptively early so that you can recharge it. And it goes away so you can recharge it. Okay.
Exactly. See, I put her immune here. I wait for my ring to pop away. It's going away so I can recharge my ring. I'm trying to kill as many as possible to refill it before she kills them all. Because if you don't kill them quick enough, she'll just kill them herself whenever she repositions.
Okay, so I thought it was crazy how fast you killed. Where do you want Valentina to be next?
This boss fight RNG was beautiful. You want her on the roof right there, because if you shoot her, she'll actually teleport you. So right here, I bought armor just to be safe. So I can do that for essentially free time. Because if she goes on roof immediately, it's just such a big time save. It's massive, because that's the furthest away location. But if you get it right away, you can just shoot her and teleport there just essentially for free.
Okay, that's cool. And I noticed that Ring of Fire also blocks her attack with the shards, which is really cool as well.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you a lot of points as well.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So that's another way you can recharge your ring, right? Essentially. Unless it's popped. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it's popped, so it wouldn't. Yeah. But it helps buy Quick Revive or Jug if you're either struggling or just want to play it safe. Right here, I'm just like, all right, this boss fight RNG is so good right now, I'm just gonna go for it. Because this is the next best spot. Yeah, I don't have Jug or Quick Revive, which are both really good to have. Right here, amazing RNG. She's calling in her disciples, which just destroys her shield, and she doesn't shoot you, so it's essentially free damage. So you can just shoot her just without her doing anything. And standing on top of these trucks allows to be really safe against the explodey guys.
Yeah, you shredded that Panzer right there. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
So
this also right here is wonderful. It gives you so much on your Ring of Fire. Sorry, I had to add that.
Okay, that's cool. Obviously, she gets health back. How do you know, like, is there like a sound cue or something when she's done in a specific area, or do you just know by looking at her health bar that it's gone or done?
It's a bit of both. See right here, I put her immune, but she's at like two fifths health. So every like a fifth of her health is a phase essentially. But whenever she's on her third phase and you bring her directly to half health, she'll go immune for a small fraction, but she won't leave, which you've seen earlier. But every 1/5 of her HP, she'll go immune and then reposition herself. But also she does make sound cues. Yes.
Yeah. So I noticed you spawned in the Tempest there, so you could get their ammo.
Yeah, it's really good to have at least 2 Tempest lures. You can do with 1, but 2 is really safe because there's 3 Tempests, and all 3 Tempests, if you're like 0 bullets entirely, it should fill you back to just max ammo. And also buying ammo with any wonder weapon in Cold War costs 10,000 specifically, no matter the Pack-a-Punch tier.
Okay, that's cool.
And right there, I did it. I bought ammo for 10,000.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. You can have max ammo just to end her real quick. And you have Ring, of course, so you're just going to melt her at the end.
Also, right here, I'm pretty sure she bugged out. You can see how she just like has her hands on her sides. She was supposed to wipe, but she bugged out and was just stuck there. For whatever reason, on the last phase there, she'll do that if she is sometimes anyways. It's really strange, but I got really lucky and was able to just Ring and DPS her just forever, essentially.
So you got the first cutscene. Obviously, you still have to walk with Klaus and everything, but do you know, like, oh my gosh, this is an amazing time at this point in the run?
Yeah, exactly. So whenever Klaus walks up to the canisters and grabs them, here, wait, it's about like 5 seconds from here. It's exactly a minute after that, because walking him to the portal is about 45 seconds roughly. I think it's more like 48, but right here, it's a minute right there. So in my head, I just know when exactly this. So I already knew this was a good run, just because I've played it so much. I understand the time frames.
Yeah, that's really cool. So this is kind of like a joke step in a way, where you're literally just killing like zombies pretty easily. But I think it's really impressive. Like any Easter egg speedrun where you don't end up getting Jug and you're just going off of like pure skill and everything like that is really, really impressive.
Yeah, it's really rough. I've had runs where I don't buy Jug or Quick Revive and I down. I think it also comes down with a little bit of luck at the end of the day. It's not all skill. Yeah. A lot of it is skill, I think, but I think at the end of the day, there's some luck involved. But right here, you said it's kind of a joke, but if you have no Cerberus ammo and you're only your other weapon, it's like impossible to do this step. So you need ammo on this step. Also, I didn't have a Tempest lore, but if you throw a Tempest lore and then the cutscene pops, the Tempest will die during the cutscene, and you could just run up and pick up the ammo after the cutscene.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so obviously this is the other cutscene at the end. Do you have any predictions of who the person in charge is? The director?
The director?
Yeah. The guy.
No.
Okay. Well, a lot of people are saying it's Richtofen, and other people are saying that it's Hudson from like the Black Ops 1 campaign.
I've heard about Richtofen just because of Sammy and Eddie from, you know, the kids, and now that Samantha's older, maybe. I haven't heard a lot about it, but I have heard about it some. So yeah, I could see it being Richtofen.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see for the next map maybe. But overall, 26-28 is absolutely insane, or 26-29 almost. Like you were 0.02 seconds away from that, so that must have been cool. But overall, like really, really impressive run. So make sure everyone, you go check out Bic. All his links will be down below. He streams on Twitch and all that stuff. Are you going for a better time still? Are you going to try to improve it more?
A sub 26 is possible, and yes, I'm going for it. It's going to be a lot of RNG involved and a lot of quick restarting if I don't get what everything I want, essentially, but I'm going to go for a sub 26.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, dude. That's really cool. I'll definitely be tuning into the streams, and all you guys should as well. It's always fun watching these runs live because you can say I was here for the record and all that stuff. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me, dude. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to explain all the intricacies of the run because I definitely didn't know it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thanks.